Morgan, what can you take from the last matchup you guys played against these guys back in February that can kind of help you for this game?
Yeah, in that time span, we played them twice. We played them here. We played them at home once right before the break, and I think when we were in here, I thought we played okay. We were in a position late in the game to get points, and we gave those away. So we're eager to earn those back. But I think when we watch video of those games, there's good things going on. The process is good. So for us, we're just kind of focused on us and our game and what we need to do to be successful here tonight and also down the stretch.
Sheldon talked about in that game in February that they kind of made you guys chase it a little bit, and that's kind of the difficult balance when you're playing against a team like that.
Yeah.
How do you kind of set the tone in that way, especially on
Yeah. Like I said, we want to play our game. They've been obviously having a great year, and we're aware of what they can do on their penalty kill, on their power play, and all that type of stuff. But for us, we're focused on our process and what makes us play well, play with speed. So we want to keep the puck moving. We want to manage it. Play with a lot of energy, and have a good start, and then just kind of take it from there. I think when you look at that game, we were chasing a bit, so we want to be in the driver's seat. We want to play our game, and that's what we're focused on.
This time of the year, how much is it less about kind of the Bruins versus the Maple Leafs, the rivalry, and kind of all that comes with that, and more about just the self-preparation for the team?
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on. I think it's more about us and what we need to do to get ready here down the stretch to be feeling, really good about our game. So that's what we're focused on. That's what we talked about this morning. Our game, our process, our mentality. Obviously you want to win the game, and being in this building, playing against these guys, you're always motivated to win. But tonight and then next 2 weeks are going to be about us and about trying to get ready and having our process dialed in.
So the results still matter, but how much of it is just, do you want to measure up to, like, this team's kind of in a similar spot to you in terms of not to play for much, but
I think there's always that element to it against a good team this time of year. I think there's a part of you that always wants to kind of have that measuring stick and win these games down the stretch and in this building against a good team. But ultimately, like I said, we're going to be super focused on our process, what we need to do, and how we want to play. And that comes first, and then obviously that other stuff, playing against these guys, the points and how we play against this team is also very important.
how's the mix been with Luke now that you guys have played together for quite a few games now?
Yeah, it's been good. He's obviously a great player. He's played in this league for a long time. He's a big guy. He's strong. Moves the puck well. Good defensively. So hopefully, as we continue to play together, we can keep working at it, keep getting better, and be a good pair for our team.
William, what can you take from the games that you guys played against Boston, especially back in February?
Yeah, they've been obviously good games. I think the one here in their building was the last one we played, I think.
It was like before the break, right?
Yeah.
The last one here?
Yeah, where we kind of lost it late, but I think we've had good games.
There, sorry. It was at
Yeah.
your home.
Oh, it was at home?
February 1st.
The one that was when they won, scored a couple later in the third period, Yeah, other than that, I think we played pretty good against them, so tonight will be a fun game against the top team.
When you're at this stage of the season,
right now I think it's just getting into playing the best hockey you can play right now, and then everything else will figure it out in the playoffs.
what have you made of that mix with that line there with John and Mitch there, and the three of you together?
Yeah, I think Mitch, we're talking about it. That was maybe the first time we played together as wingers. Maybe once or twice before. I was center and he was wing, but so it was lots of fun.
I think Sheldon said that you like playing on that off wing. When you're in that spot.
Yeah.
What are some of the advantages there? Especially when you have guys like that.
Just coming into the O zone, you can take a step inside and shoot the puck. And, just small differences, subtle differences.
For the most part, obviously we get into the grind of it, the playoffs. We see, and depending how I'm feeling, but obviously been off for 4 weeks now, doing nothing. So anytime I got to use this time to kind of tune myself up and. I think just kind of gives me confidence going in. The more I can be on the ice and working on things, it's going to hopefully translate to the game.
I know you said yesterday that it feels like you're going to play, but I guess today is another day. You wake up, you feel good, you're ready to go. How's the hand?
Yeah, it feels great. Yeah, no issues. I'm out there. I don't even think about it. Still, it feels 100%, which is great. And that was that was the concern, obviously. And the playoffs approaching is just to make sure it's fine and fully functional, and we don't have any issues, so that not many setbacks. But yeah, it feels great, feels 100%, and it'd be nice to get back playing.
What can you draw from maybe previous experiences coming back from long layoffs like that? It's happened earlier this season, exactly.
Yeah.
To just kind of get yourself kind of back into the hockey flow.
Yeah, it's always difficult coming off injury and such, and you can skate all you want out there, but the speed of the game and the little details that happen throughout, that's the challenge, is getting that timing back. And for myself, I think it's just again, not getting ahead of myself, just take it one shift at a time, and I've already talked to my linemen. It's just it's having a lot of communication. Having that talk out there will make it easier, and just build my game from that.
You're talking to some of the other players who've either been scratched or they're just coming back from injury. They've talked about the skills and development staff here and kind of getting them ready in that way, and making sure that you don't feel like there's like a game replication layoff, right? Like how does the Leafs compare in that regard and to maybe some of the stuff that you've done in the past in terms of trying to replicate the game experience away from the game?
Yeah, it's like nothing I've ever seen. The Leafs, the staff that they have, the way everything's discussed, and there's such a plan specifically for each guy, and myself as a plan that was put in place, and I've just obviously been so impressed with it, and still see how it how much I can translate stuff I worked on with them to the game, but I feel great coming back. I feel confident for fast, and I think that's the goal of what they do and why they're so good at it. So I'm excited for it. I think just again the staff work with them. I think they're so knowledgeable and so detailed that I feel confident coming in.
Is it an easy adjustment at your age to kind of take the new input to kind of adapt your game?
No, I think for myself, I think everyone, you can learn something from everyone, and if I want to continue to stay in the league and be effective, I got to use all the resources I can, and it happens to let the Leafs have very many resources and very knowledgeable staff that helps, and it's exciting to work with, and just again, I got to translate it into the game, but the stuff I've learned just from being here, I think. It's good stuff that I haven't, focused enough on in past years, and such. So I've been very impressed with it. It's good.
Anything new that blew your mind?
Not necessarily blew my mind, but just just details and certain things that I do as a player, specific to me, with my skating and such like that. That I haven't had. I guess the instruction like that in the past, or kind of know how things should feel and such like that. So it's been extremely helpful.
The last game against Boston. A lead. You mentioned afterwards that they kind of push the pace of play. How do you kind of combat that in their building?
Well, a lot of time has passed. A lot of things have changed since then. I think, if anything, you want to draw on our experience in this particular building here, which was a very tight game we were able to find our way back in, but ultimately let it slip away in the end. But you just know anytime you're playing Boston that it's going to be a very difficult game. It's going to be a game in which you're going to have to find a way to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. And then you look at their last 6 games have either gone to overtime or been 1-goal games, and that's an indication of the fact that they're in every game and hanging around. Yet they find ways to win. So it's going to be challenging. It's a challenging game mentally. It's a challenging game physically, just because of how they play and what they bring. But the most important thing for us is just to continue to focus on our game. And I think we've done a lot of really good things here of late, and it's a great opportunity for us to put it up against a great challenge like Boston.
Is one of these things where, as long as you guys play your game and you're satisfied with the way it's played, it's more about the preparation a couple weeks from now than maybe so much the result, if the habits are good and all those things?
Well, generally the focus is always how you play and the processes that you put together and all of that. The results sort of take care of themselves from there. I don't think that mindset is any different, but certainly there's even more focus on it now here with what we're preparing for. But let's not look past the game. It's still 2 very important points, and like I said, it's a great challenge and a great opportunity to compete against the league's best.
You've talked a lot about Ryan O'Reilly and how much time he spends in the rink and on his craft when it comes to coming back from injury. How much does that benefit a guy when he's just so in tune with, being in the rink and doing the work?
Yeah, obviously, our first experience with him coming back from an injury, but I think it can only help just how he's looked in practice and the reps that he's gotten with us. It doesn't look like he's missed a beat. Just before the trade, he had come back from an injury in St. Louis and came flying out of the gates and was a terrific player there for him right away. So I think that does speak to the fact that he knows what he needs to be prepared, and you certainly know that he's not going to let anything slip through the cracks in terms of preparation.
Now that he's been around for a little while, what have you learned about Sam Lafferty in his game?
The biggest thing I think I've learned is that we have to be really consistent with him and really clear about what it is we need from him. I think, he's one of the guys, just the nature of the injuries that we had, to whether it was Rielly or even Achari, we had moved him around a lot, and I don't think that helped him. I think, getting him in a solid spot and being very clear about what we need and what his role is on the line, I think that's really important. I think since we've done that with Kemp and Aston Reese, he has really taken off for us. He's been a tremendous asset to that line. Those two guys, Kemp and Reeser, have done a terrific job for us no matter who we've had them with. But Lafferty, with his speed, his ability to move the puck up the ice, and ability to get on the puck, is fit in really well with them.
Good to have Gustafsson back now, like on the road with you guys, just kind of get reestablished. It must have been a difficult thing to kind of join a new team, just be around for a couple of days and then have to depart.
Yeah, certainly has been far less than ideal for him and us and his adjustment here and getting in the reps and the looks that we had wanted to get him. But the circumstances are what they are, and we're glad that he and his family are through their situation, and he's rejoined us and he's putting in the work to get back up to speed. It's going to take a little bit here for him. Yesterday was his first real practice in really a couple weeks. But another good hard skate today, so we'll continue to work with him and all of that, but we're certainly thrilled to have him back.